Okay, so what's this all about now? Well, I'm hoping you're going to be able to see on the screen what I'm doing here. You know, I've been complaining about YouTube taking a long time to get my videos to kick into 4K. And I'm wondering if possibly I'm uploading it at a higher bit rate than I actually need to. Now ever since I got this new camera, I've set it for its maximum quality, its best quality, which is 10 bit. I'm going to change it back to 8-bit because I know that Adobe Premiere Pro, when it renders out your video when you're all through, it'll render it out at the same quality that you put into it. That's just the way it is. It can be adjusted, but I'm thinking, why bother? You know, why bother producing 10-bit quality if I'm not going to be adjusting it anyway? And that's about the only time that the higher bit rate is good, if you want to adjust your color and stuff like that. If you're just going to leave it the way it is, which I do 99.9% of the time, I hardly ever lighten or darken a scene. Maybe I should, right? But it takes a lot of time, a lot of fiddling around, and I'm getting really behind here in my build. We'll get to this in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it back to 8-bit. It'll process faster, and it could be that YouTube will like a lower quality video. Well, we'll just see what happens here. So I think you should be able to see it on the screen there. Okay, I'm going to have to turn record off. Alright, now we're going to go into menu. Okay, we're on 10-bit. Now we're going to go down to 8-bit. Press OK. Okay, frame rate size may change. Okay, let's see what happens here. Frame rate. Okay, now we're still at 4K 60 frames a second, which is the main reason why I wanted to upgrade to this camera, was to jump to the 60 frames a second. All these other things are just little bonuses. Okay, I think we beat this to death. Why don't we just roll back here and see how it is we got to this place. Okay, episode 1127. Probably about, I'm guessing, almost 10 minutes ago now. Finished uploading completely onto YouTube. And YouTube has processed it into low definition. I can watch it right now on YouTube if I wanted to, probably in 360p. It'll eventually kick itself up to 1K, like 1920 by 1080. But my hope is that by 5 p.m. Winnipeg time, in other words about 3 hours, it will be 4K. And I'm going to try now and it almost looks like this is broken here. Is it broken or does it just look like it? No, it just looks like it. There's a little notch right there. Okay. Anyway, my hope is to get this done by this evening, and I think we will. We are right here, right now. And we're just more or less continuing on from where we were a couple hours ago. Okay, another thing I'm going to do is I was noticing that when I was videoing more or less straight down, looking at the part when we were making this, it was very difficult to see it for some reason, and I was thinking that perhaps if I was to have the camera sitting on the table facing this way, and towards what I'm doing. Only it would be further down and coming in more of an angle instead of overhead. I'm going to give that a try and see if that's going to be a little better, because yeah, it was just a little bit, I thought difficult to see what was going on here when we were putting this together. So anyway, let's just recompose here, and like I said, we're going to just continue on. Now, I think the first thing to do is put this in like this. There, has to go so that this piece goes over top of that wheel. I'm going to try and superimpose the manual in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Okay, here again we're running into a problem, and that is that this is not holding still. I'm just sort of wondering if maybe I should do the blue tack thing and put a blob of blue tack on the bottom here, and then stick it onto something. And I'm going to recompose it again. We'll get it eventually. Now, the bad feature is that I can't see that little black dot. So I'm going to have to just sort of pretend I know where it is and just go like that. And then don't move my tuna fish tin lid. Okay, this is going to be a little better. I'll turn it so you can sort of see that hole. It won't be blocked. All right, now our part is not sitting perfectly square here, but I do believe that this thing that we just put on, whatever it is, has to be square with the base. And I'm just going to look straight down on it here. Yeah, it looks like everything is at right angles, more or less. And this quick setting does dry quite quickly. I'm just going to turn it up here so I can see it. Yeah, I know it looks like it's leaning that way, but then the platform is this way a little bit as well. So where's my black dot? Oh yeah, okay. All right, we'll just push stop here for a minute and let that dry. Now, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. This keeps it in the right distance from the camera. It's always going to be in the center. I can rotate it the way I want it. At least that's the plan. Okay, let me check the screen. Yeah, still there. Okay, now checking my manual here. Now it appears that this one goes on. I'm going to have to just rotate this a bit out of your field of view. Maybe if I swing my chair around, we can both see it. Something like that. Okay, now I think that maybe what I'll do is I'm just going to put a little bit of quick setting right. Oh, Ron. Am I losing my agility here, or is it maybe getting too late? I'm gonna have to take a bit of a break. And I only just started. Okay, 2 or 3 things have happened here in the last few minutes. First of all, as you can readily see, I've recomposed again. I actually have the macro lens on, but I'm not moved in anywhere near as close as I could get. And another thing I did was about 23 minutes ago right now, YouTube posted our video. And it's still, when I checked it at 5 o'clock our time, it was still not in 4K. Now let's see if I can get this here. I'm going to have to get my fingers in your way. It went, the first time that it sort of fell into place, that was really lucky. Aww. Okay, we got it. Now, let's get a little bit of quick setting on those legs. Right there. And right there. Okay. Now I do have it the right way around, don't I? Yes. Wouldn't that be funny? Actually, it wouldn't. Okay, yeah, it seems to be pretty good there. Now, oh, you know what? I'll bet you I'm supposed to glue it against the side of that upright part there. Now there is a piece that has to go in, so we'll just do one side here. I know it looks like a lot, but that'll evaporate. Okay, now this piece here has to go in that little hole right there. And then on this side here, it has to go like that. I'm showing you this now because once I get this into place, if I'm lucky. Now I'm not going to glue it on the upper part. I'm just going to glue the legs on the bottom. Oh, maybe if I do it like this, it'll work better. Yeah, there we go. Okay, excuse me. So I'm not going to glue this because I'm going to want to spread this apart after to get the little spindle in. And then there's another one that has to go in right here. This one actually, if I can grab hold of it. Okay, this one here goes in right there, only straighter, of course. Anyway, let's just get a little bit of glue on there. I think we got this down. It is now. Is it in the back? Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think putting it on the rotator was a good idea. Alright, we'll let that dry. And then we'll put our spindles in. I'm thinking I should maybe shorten. Oh, it's going. Oh, it isn't. I almost had it there. Almost had it. Maybe if I put this one in first. Maybe I've got it at the wrong angle for myself. Okay, so we got that one in. Now this one, whoops, don't run away on me. It goes in the top here. It's almost like this one, the other one was too long, and this one is too short. Well, I wonder, excuse me, so I can get it in one. I wonder if I should glue it in that one and then pry the other over here. Let's see. Does this look like it's not going to come together very much. Well, maybe, okay, so this one's okay. It doesn't have to turn, it just has to look like it'll turn. But we're lucky it'll turn. But I'm not going to glue it in place right now. So this one here, what am I doing wrong here? It's just a tiny bit too short. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some extra thin here, and I'm going to glue these together really tight and let it sort of meld together, and it'll sort of the plastic will dissolve, and it will, because you know what really the ideal thing would be to shave this platform down just a little bit here, right? That'd be the ideal thing, but that's pretty hard to do right now. Then this would go a little closer together. But I'm thinking if I was to just meld this together, maybe put like a clothespin on it to hold it, It would slowly squish itself together. At least that's my thinking at the moment. I'm going to push stop here and try and decide what to do. Okay, a few minutes ago I said there was 2 or 3 things that had happened, and I told you about 2 of the things, but the third thing I forgot to mention, and that was that I have seen no rabbits come to our carrots that I put out earlier this morning. I did see Missy though. Okay, so here's what's happened. I took my heat gun and I heated these 2 top pieces. Well, I guess the whole thing got pretty warm, to about 240 degrees, and this actually got quite soft. And I just bent them together a little bit here, about 1 millimeter, I guess, altogether. And I'm thinking that that's probably going to be just enough now so that these pins will catch in the holes when I squeeze this together. Okay, I do believe it's in. It looks like it's in. Does it want to turn? Whoops. I had to fool with it, didn't I? Okay, let's just take a little bit of quick setting and put it on in this crack here. Okay, maybe a little bit right there, because it doesn't matter if it turns or not. I just don't want it to fall out. No. Where are the self-locking pliers? Maybe that's going to be too strong. Okay, I'm just going to support it on the lid of the, you can't see it because you're zoomed in too close, but the end of the plier is sitting on the lid of the extra thin. Okay, I think that's going to be alright. Looks alright to me. What do you think? I think once that evaporates, it'll, yeah. Okay. At least an hour has passed here now. I would think it's probably safe to take this tweezer off. I know before I called it a self-locking plier, but when I'm concentrating on what I'm doing, what I'm thinking and what I'm saying is often 2 different things. Anyway, I meant self-locking tweezer. So let's... Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about this coming apart. Now, I know I had said that I was going to do, the rest of this evening. But I'm starting to get tired. I've got good intentions, early in the afternoon, but as the day wears on, I wear out. So I think I'm going to call this video quits, and we'll work on these in the morning. So we'll see you in the morning. It is morning, and we are now right here. I was thinking we were going to be doing the crane part, the boom part of the crane, but I'm realizing we got quite a bit to do here yet. And we need 36, 12, 1, and 3. Maybe I should use the wax pencil for this. Yeah, that's working better. Now these pieces here are the ones, these two in particular are the ones that we don't want to get mixed up because they're so similar. The number 12 and the number 1. I should mention that I was talking earlier about 8-bit versus 10-bit and so on. I just realized afterwards that today's video is not going to work for that because so much of the rollback was done already in 10-bit. So now that we're shooting in 8-bit, like right now, what we're looking at is 8-bit, you're not going to notice any difference. I'm hoping that YouTube will. Anyway, we won't know until tomorrow's episode if it's going to make a difference because it will be entirely 8-bit. Okay, enough about that. Let's talk about something on a brighter note. And on a brighter note, we had a nice sunrise this morning. I'm not going to belabor it. I'm not going to add special music. I'm just going to show it. Okay, let's recompose here a bit and see if we can get the pieces on where they're supposed to go here. Now, I'm thinking that we're probably smart to let gravity be our friend here because these 3 pieces have to be put on the back, which is right here. So it might be advisable to just sort of lay this down like this. I don't think it'll fall over. Then we can drop these into place. I'll put the macro lens on. This one here is angled. It's not cut off square on the ends. It's angled because I believe this has to go at like a 45-degree angle. You can sort of see it here. They've got it. It looks like it goes this way. So that would be something like, would it be like this, or maybe it would be, we'll get the macro lens on and take a nice close look here and see. It's supposed to go somehow like that. It's sort of a diagonal cross brace, it looks like. Or do I have this wrong here? Maybe it's supposed to go, I think I got it wrong. Is it supposed to go like that? No. No, this side here is the high side. Okay, so I had it right the other time. I think I just had to flip it over. You know what? Let's get the macro lens on and recompose here. Okay. Now you'll notice that there's a line right here, and there's a line right here. And it could be that that's supposed to, I gotta get this out of here. Okay, yes. Yes, you notice on this piece right here, there is little lines that these are supposed to fit into those grooves. Okay, so let's turn this. No. Oh, that's not right. Gotta try and turn it over here. There. I think this is the way it's supposed to go. Now, I don't know if I can, maybe I could feel it with my finger. No, the finger's just a little bit too clumsy. I'm pretty sure this is the way it's supposed to go. If I turn it over, probably driving everybody crazy here, including me. I'm just going to have to push stop here. Okay, I realize that you can't see it, but I've got it. I'm just going to touch it there. Okay, now I'm not going to move anything for about 10 minutes. We'll just let that quick setting meld everything into place. Or maybe I should be using the word weld. Somebody was telling me that meld is the wrong word, but I don't know. I kind of like meld. Sort of like melt, weld. Anyway. What is pizza day without pizza? Well, this is the last piece of that pizza that I made. It must be about a month ago. Maybe more. Anyway, it didn't last quite as long as it was supposed to. I kind of doubled up there a couple of times on the dosage. And yeah. Now, speaking of food, I know earlier in today's episode I had mentioned that the rabbits didn't come to the carrots, but that was actually in yesterday's rollback I said that. Since then, we've had quite a bit of time pass, and around 3 in the morning, I think it was, a rabbit came, and it went to the carrots that were on the side of the house. But they never touched the carrots that were on the front. Anyway, you know what? I think I'm probably going to have to deal with that in tomorrow's rollback, because this episode is getting quite lengthy. I do want to cut it off here early. I'm expecting that there's the possibility I might be getting company this afternoon. So I want to get this processed and uploaded onto YouTube. And I think that's about it for today's episode. So thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well. Now, can I get a bite out of this and for the camera and not make a mess? We'll see you tomorrow.